Welcome back to another video and day 9 of Cozy Miss. Now that we are approaching the end of the year, I thought I could flip through both of my bullet journals. I flipped through my reading journal last week, and so now it's time to go through my bullet journals for 2024 before I get ready to set out my new journal for next year. So these are the two journals that I used in 2024. Both of them are from Notebook Therapy because that's my favorite place to get my journals. This one lasted me from January till May, and then I started this one in June, and this is the bullet journal that I am currently using. This is the Sweet Ballet Edition bullet journal. It's really pretty. It's pink. It has this gorgeous kind of foiling on it, and it lasted pretty well, I feel like. And then I believe this is the Tsuki Kanoku Edition bullet journal, which also has a beautiful design. I do prefer the fabric covers when it comes to my journals, just because I think that they are a little bit more durable and they kind of last a little bit longer. And I'm pretty happy with how these have fared throughout this year. I mean, I don't really take my bullet journals anywhere, but they still seem to be in pretty good condition, so I'm happy with that. You probably also noticed that this journal is quite a bit smaller than this one. So this journal is actually the standard A5 size, which is just kind of a very standard size, I'd say, for bullet journaling in general. This is also my preferred size. I think it's just a really great place to start if you're looking to get into journaling. The page length is not too overwhelming, but there's also quite a bit that you can fit on each page. This journal is actually Notebook Therapy's standard size, so it's a little bit smaller than the A5 size, and it's also a little bit thinner as well, which is why this one only lasted me 5 months. I would say the A5 is my preference just because I think that you can fit a little bit more on there, but to be honest, this one I ordered on accident. I meant to get the A5 size and ended up getting this smaller size, but it actually grew on me a little bit. I had a really good time using this size journal. It felt very cozy almost, and going into 2025 I'm actually going to be using another journal in this size, so it kind of worked out at the end. But let's go ahead and flip through my bullet journals for 2024 now that they are almost complete. We'll go ahead and start with this one. Okay, we're starting off with my beginning of the year 2024 spreads. I ended up doing this kind of sweet strawberry theme because I wanted it to kind of match the cover a little bit, and I had this beautiful washi tape. This is just one of my favorite quotes from Cinderella. And we're on to my 2024 setup. I do think that I have plan with me's for every single month of 2024, which I'm really happy about. So I'll put the playlist up here if you want to see how I created specifically any of these monthly setups. But this was just my little strawberry theme for the beginning of the year. To be honest, I didn't really use any of these beginning of the year spreads. I never really went back to them. But I think that for 2025 I will use them a lot. But yeah, these I set up and I had fun with. I just never really went back to them. But I just did a little cover page. Somebody also told me after I set this up that I wrote 2022 here, which is the wrong year, but it's okay. Mistakes are kind of to be expected when it comes to journaling. This is my little year to glance / birthdays, which I never went back to. And then for the rest of my beginning of the year spreads, I did a kind of Dutch door situation. So this was my word of the year, strength, which just ended up aging well. I loved having word for the year. I loved focusing on it, and all the extra writing here are just some quotes about strength from some of my favorite books. One thing that I definitely want to focus on in 2025 is actually thinking about and sticking to my goals. I feel like I had some goals in 2024 and I just never really stuck with them. I also included a tab here for anything related to my health tracking, and I also just never used it. And I have some revised methods I think that I'm going to implement next year, but these tabs I never really ended up using, unfortunately. This, however, I am so excited about. I have a little tradition where every year at the beginning of the year I write myself a letter, and at the beginning of the next year I get to open it. So this is very soon on New Year's Day. I'll get to open this and I'm so excited about it. It's a very kind of strange feeling, honestly, reading words from yourself from a year ago, but I'm really looking forward to reading this and writing my letter for next year. I usually like to give myself a couple extra pages in case there's anything else I want to add. And then I ended up running out of room in my 2023 journal, so I just have a couple like winter break spreads that I just needed to plan some stuff out. But now we are on to January. I think January is definitely one of my favorite themes that I've done this year. This was my kind of winter woodland, Emily Wilde inspired setup, and I love how it turned out. I just think it's so cute. Habit tracker and health tracker. My health tracker definitely changed a bit. I now do it kind of in a yearly setup way instead of doing one for each month. Sleep in 1 night a day. I just love how colorful these spreads turned out. And then my weeklies, I did a bit of a Dutch door tabbing layout. Messy content planning page. I stopped using my bullet journal for content planning. I kind of switched over to my Notion, but I do every once in a while have these kind of ugly planning pages in there. And now we're on to February, my kind of witchy apothecary theme. Another one of my favorites, I have to say. I think it turned out so cute and magical. And like I said, I stopped doing monthly health trackers, but I think this one was so fun, getting to fill up the little potion bottle each day. I do love how this one turned out. Sleep tracker and highlights. Another messy content planning. And some of my weeklies. I feel like my weeklies are another thing that kind of changed a lot throughout the year. For pretty much ever since I started bullet journaling, I've been doing weeklies in this style with creating basically a different section for each day and then just like my to-do list and whatnot. I stopped using them around the summertime and I started doing like a little diary entry for each day, but more recently I have started using them again, and I love making weeklies. I really do. They help me so much to kind of de-stress and plan things out, so I'm really looking forward to using them for 2025 again. I feel like these ones turned out cute though. They're kind of fun. Sometimes though, I just don't have a lot of time to actually decorate the weekly, but I still need it for like the purpose of planning things out and writing my to-do list, so you'll definitely see these weeklies that look very incomplete, but I just kind of needed them to get my plans out. Now we're on to March. This was my kind of starry window theme. It was inspired by a lot of Studio Ghibli films I was watching. I tried to do a bit of an interactive opening window thing, which was kind of fun. Habit and health tracker. Sleep and highlights. And then I love this style of like doing an open door window thing where you basically just fold the two pages together, and I feel like this one turned out really fun. More empty planning pages. And now we are on to April. I still don't really know how I feel about this theme. I think I just don't love the color palette, but I kind of like the composition. I don't know, it's not my favorite, but it served its purpose. And I do think this was kind of fun. My health tracker, though, as you can see, when we get to like April and May, I just didn't really keep up with my spreads too much. I do really like this weekly though. Now we're on to May. I think this is definitely one of my favorite themes of the year as well. I did like a little fairy tale theme, and then this style of border I ended up doing so many different times throughout the year because I just love how it looks. Oh, I also really like how these spreads turned out. I just love the pink and green color palette. Those are my two favorite colors. You can see here that I didn't really keep up with my trackers this month. And it looks like that's everything for this journal. I was at a bit of an awkward place because I didn't have enough pages for all of June, but I still had a couple pages left, so I kind of just used them for planning and testing some things. But that is everything for this first journal. Let's move on to the second journal, which I started in June. This was my mid-year setup. I just did like a mushroom window theme, which was just inspired by the actual journal. And again, I never used these spreads. Except for this one though. This is my health tracker spread, and I do use this one all the time, and I will be also redoing this again in my 2025 setup. This is when I stopped doing like individual monthly health trackers, and this just works a lot better for me. I kind of like seeing everything together at once, if that makes sense. So there will be kind of an updated version of this in my new journal. Then we're on to June. I did kind of like a midsummer witchy woodland theme. I don't really know, but it turned out cute. This was inspired by a collection from Notebook Therapy. Didn't really keep up with my trackers too much though. This is when I had stopped using weeklies, so we're right on to July. Honestly, I feel like this theme has grown on me a little bit. I didn't really like it when I initially set it up, but I had gone to France at the end of June and I was just feeling very inspired by all the beautiful castles that I saw, so this was kind of like a fairy tale princessy castle theme, and I do think it turned out really cute. I like the kind of floral tab. I tried doing like one-page weekly dashboard things, which didn't really work. And now we're on to August. What was supposed to be a dark academia theme ended up being very much a light academia theme, but I do really like how this turned out as well. I did some more scrapbooky elements this month, and that was so much fun. I think I might experiment with that a little bit more in 2024. I do really love how these spreads turned out. So this is when I started doing those like diary style weeklies. I had also acquired some new stationery and I really wanted to use all these stickers. So I started doing like little, basically like summaries of what I did each day, and I did that for a couple of weeks and that was really fun. I'm really happy to have this log of August and a couple of months after that as well. This was just part of a travel spread I made for France. Another weekly. I love how this one turned out. I just love the color palette. These are so fun to make. Another weekly, and we're on to September. I would say this is definitely another one of my favorite setups. I just love the mushroom theme. I feel like this is when I also really kind of grew into my drawing style, which I feel like is one that's very soft. I stopped using like a black outliner basically for a lot of my illustrations, and I just really love how it looks with the shading and whatnot, so this is definitely kind of the style I'm thinking I'm going to carry into next year. And again, I use this border, which I just love, and some scrapbook paper. I think this is the last month that I did a content planner in here. And we have some more weeklies, which are just very fun. This is my little fall autumn journal setup, which I honestly didn't really use, but it was really fun to set up. This is basically just a journal version of the Notion page I did for the fall time. I did a little bucket list, a vision board, fall TBR, and then I was going to do a highlights page, and I guess I just never stuck with it, but this is really fun. You'll notice that I also started doing a lot more kind of like memory style collage type spreads because I just went on some trips and there were just certain events that I wanted to remember, and I had a lot of fun doing these types of spreads, but I think in 2025 I will be using a separate journal for these more memory pages and kind of going back to using my bullet journal just as a planner and a tracker. Another weekly. Another weekly. And one more. I think this one I set up in my October reset video, which was kind of fun. And I think this is the last of these like diary weeklies that I did, which is kind of sad because I had so much fun with them, but I did move on to using to-do lists again. Now we're in October. I feel like this month I was very kind of uninspired. Not uninspired, I had lots of ideas for my theme, I just couldn't get it out the way I wanted it to, so I did struggle a little bit with the setup and I still don't fully like it, but it served its purpose, I guess. I did go back and do my highlights page, which I'm happy about. Another fun like trip spread. And we're on to November. I obviously have also not filled this out, which I guess I can go back and do, it's not too late. But this was my little pumpkin fairy house theme, another one of my favorites to be honest. Again, in November I struggled with my setup, just not knowing what I wanted to do. And I'm really happy with how this turned out, I just think it's really cute. And I ended up kind of recreating this pumpkin in real life, which was really fun. Habit and sleep tracker. And then this is when I started making weeklies again, but I didn't really decorate them at the time. I was kind of just using them for planning out my week and writing to-do lists, so we just have some pretty boring weeklies here. And we are now on to December. I don't absolutely love how this setup turned out, but again, it serves its purpose, and I'm getting really inspired for my journal next year. I have a lot of ideas for some fun themes to do. I usually try to make my themes like very magical, and a lot of them are inspired by books, but this one I just kind of went back to my January setup and kind of recreated that a little bit, so kind of a wintry, foresty, woodland theme. Though to be honest, I've just been doing like Christmassy themes, so we just have a weekly content planner. This was last week's weekly. I need to go back and decorate it, I think. Planning pages, and this is my current weekly spread, which doesn't really correlate with any theme. It's just kind of useful. And that is it for my journal. I do still have a decent amount of pages left, and I'm not sure what I'm going to use these for. Honestly, I might use them just for planning out my bullet journal setup, for planning out other things. And then the end pages I always use. They always look so messy because I use these for swatches. But that is basically it for my bullet journal. I feel like it was very messy and a bit all over the place, and I kind of want to be maybe a bit neater going into 2025. That being said, I am feeling so inspired, and tomorrow I think I'm going to film my 2025 bullet journal setup. I'm really excited about it, so definitely stay tuned for that. But that is pretty much it for my bullet journal flip throughs for 2024. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video very soon.